Test run. Woo! So you want to start reselling sneakers. You want to start reselling shoes like this or like this. If you're in school or you're just bored or you're just trying to make some money, I got you. Woo! So if y'all don't know me, my name is Frank and I made this much reselling sneakers in 2022 while also being a full-time college student. So that means during the spring and fall time, I was busy at school, away from home and away from all my inventory. And yeah, IRS, if you're watching this, I didn't make that much money. It's a joke. It was fake money. But yeah, so I feel like I have enough information to be able to give you a really good guide on how to start reselling sneakers on your own. For this guide, I'm going through everything. Where to get your shoes, what shoes to get, where to sell your shoes, and how to scale your business to a point where you're making more than $1,000 a month. Okay, so let's get into where to get your shoes. So there's basically 3 ways on where you could get your sneakers. The first being online retailers, you know, like footlocker.com, nike.com, Champs, easy supply when shoes drop and you're waiting online in the queue to get the shoes. Next would be Instore and backdoors, which is basically going around your local malls, your local shopping centers where they have the Foot Lockers, the Champs, the Nike stores, and copying shoes for retail when they drop there. And also having like an employee connection to let you know when the shoes are dropping. And the third method where you usually get your shoes, in which I personally do the most, is buying off other people, either in local marketplaces, you know, Facebook Marketplace, OfferUp, or Instagram, buying off other resellers or other people who are just looking to get rid of their shoes. Now for online, usually how you would get the shoes is either using bots or going manually, which is just, you know, like you're physically waiting in queue and you're waiting on the drop time, usually at 10 a.m. I don't have too much experience botting because that's not something I usually do, but with reselling sneakers, you can make money in so many different ways. So if you guys are interested in botting, you guys know how to code, you guys know how to program stuff, maybe botting sneakers might be something that helps you and helps you cop a lot more sneakers, and you guys can do that. But for me, I personally don't bot, so I can't speak too much on it. But for getting your shoes in store, around the stores around your area, touch some grass. You gotta get connected. You gotta meet people. You gotta meet the employees. Be courteous of employees. And you just gotta say what's up to employees. If you're nice to them, you show them respect. They'll show respect right back. You know, there is a stigma that resellers are rude. So don't be that reseller where you're walking in and be like, oh, give me some shoes. Like, I know y'all got shoes in the back. No, don't do that. You wanna be respectful. In the case they do have shoes, they might bless you. They might backdoor you. You might get the number of the Nike employee, of the Foot Locker employee, and you guys can create a connection, create a bond where you could get sneakers. And the place where I have the most experience on where to get your sneakers is local marketplaces and off other people. So for me, I usually look for deals on those marketplaces. I usually meet up with them. I would check out the shoes, make sure they're legit, negotiate the price, and that's where I would source most of my sneakers, especially when I first started reselling sneakers. It was during COVID. There was no online. There was online, but everybody was online, so I could barely get shoes online. And then in store, all the stores were closed. So the only option I had was buying off other people, looking on my marketplaces, looking for deals, looking for shoes I know I could profit off on. I will get into it later in this video on what shoes to get and what shoes to focus on and how to know you're gonna make some money on a shoe and how to make a smart investment on that shoe. I get this question a lot. What happens if you meet up with someone and you don't know if they're real or fake? Now, a general rule of thumb, when I first started, I never bought shoes without the receipt or a proof of purchase, or if the person I was dealing with had a lot of Facebook reviews or they were a trusted person in the community, then I would actually purchase it without the receipt. But when I first started off, I never bought anything without a receipt or proof of purchase, just because I was new to the sneaker game and I had no idea what was real and what was fake. But now, you know, the more you're surrounded with sneakers, the more you kind of know what's real and what's fake. But yeah, if you're starting off, if it's too good to be true, it probably is. So be careful out there. For getting shoes online, off online retailers, you need the information. So the easiest way to get that information, I would say personally, is through Discord cook groups, which is basically a Discord group where there is a bunch of other sneaker resellers that are helping each other. Usually sometimes you have to pay like a subscription fee, but with that they'll give you information on when shoes are dropping, what shoes to get, all that information. If you don't want to go pay for a cook group, you can always follow a lot of Instagram pages that they just talk about reselling sneakers. They talk about what's dropping, they talk about shoes, their resale value. That's what I did starting off, so you guys can do that as well. It gives you a lot of information, especially on Instagram. When you're just scrolling, there's just like sometimes constant information about sneakers. You're gonna start to pick up on what's selling and what's not, what to get. I would definitely recommend following some pages. If you're first starting off and you have no idea how to resell sneakers, like zero experience experience at all, right now I know you probably have so many questions, and like so many questions that you can't even form in your head, like of how to sell and where to get them, I recommend joining a cook group, a Discord cook group, where there's a bunch of resellers. But if you find a group where they give you information, they help you. That's how I first started. I asked a lot of questions. I asked a lot of questions about how to get shoes, what shoes sell. I know you guys have a bunch of questions right now if you're just starting off, so I would recommend joining a cook group and just asking questions, finding people that are helpful, and that can help you a lot when you're first starting off. If you don't want to join it, don't worry. I'm gonna cover everything anyway. So now you gotta know what shoes to get. But for that, there's a quick answer and a long answer. The quick answer is Nike Dunks, Jordan 1s, Jordan 4s, Jordan 3s, Jordan 5s, more Jordan 4s, even more Jordan 4s. Right now, Jordan 4s, Jordan 1s, and Dunks, those are probably the best things right now. But the long answer is almost everything is resellable when it comes to like Jordan models or Yeezy models. As long as it's a Jordan Retro, Yeezy 350, 350, 500, 700, or a Nike Dunk, everything is resellable. It just needs to have a market. For you to check that market, you gotta check StockX, Go, eBay, look for used sales, look for new sales, see if there's even a little bit of demand. If there is a demand for it, then you can make money off it. You just gotta get it for the right price. You gotta take into account if it's gonna take around 30 days to sell the shoe, then you should probably get it for a cheaper price. But if you know it's gonna sell quick and you know it's a shoe that people want, you know, you could pay a little bit more. Pay a little more because you know you'll sell it and you'll know you'll get the money quicker. So when it comes down to it, if there's even demand for it, whether it be a lot or a little, you just gotta factor that into how much you pay for it. Almost everything is resellable. It's just how long are you willing to wait for it to sell. Now, where to sell your shoes. I know I still get a lot of questions on how I sell my shoes and where you can buy shoes from me. And I'm gonna explain that to y'all. And I'm also explaining other ways in which you can sell your shoes. So let's get right into it. So for me, I've been running all my sales and all my business actually through my Instagram account at Kicks with Frank. So what I would do, I would post my shoes on my story and put the price, size, every detail on the story. People would slide up saying that they're payment ready. And once they're payment ready, I send them a script of all the information that they have to do. So they would usually send me the money through Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, Zelle. They would send me the money first, and then I would process their order, pack it up, and then ship it to them. And all things are happy. They get the shoe, I get the money, transaction complete. Faster shipping than StockX, usually better prices than StockX, and you're supporting a small business. So it's a win-win. Now, I never always sold through my Instagram. When I first started, I didn't have a platform. I didn't have a big Instagram account or a lot of people to sell to, you know what I'm saying? So I did everything. I used to sell shoes on StockX, sell locally, and I also sold through consignment. So if you guys want to start off just like me and how I started off, I would sell on my local marketplaces. So basically Facebook Marketplace, OfferUp, and even Facebook groups where there's just a bunch of sneaker resellers there. All that, I would post everything, all my shoes on there, and people would message me and we would find a way to meet. I didn't even have a car back then. So what I did was anywhere public, I would meet them in my town. And that's usually how I ran my business. Not only was I making profit on selling my shoes, I was also getting a lot of social experience. I was, getting to like meet new people. It was literally COVID, so like you weren't able to meet people and stuff. So being able to just like give somebody a fist bump, say how their day was, it builds up your social skills. So if you are just starting off, you're a little nervous, that's okay. With time, you'll become a natural at it. I remember my first sneaker meetup, I was shaking so bad, and I had gloves and a mask on because of COVID. Everyone starts somewhere, so don't be afraid to just jump right into it. I also do have to mention, for what shoes to get, I will buy them either new or used. Like for example, these here, these midnight navies. I have a bunch of sizes just laying around, but I bought a bunch of men's sizes for around $260 when they first dropped from other people, local marketplaces. I looked for these shoes because I knew they were good sellers, and I would sell them for $330 on my Instagram page. That's a little cheaper than StockX right now. With that, I'm making around $70 in profit on each pair of midnight navies I've sold. I had about like 8 of them. I think I sold like 5 already. 5 times 70, that's like $350 profit on one shoe. And that's kind of just like because I knew those were hot, I knew 4s are what's in right now. If there's a market, go for it. When I first started off, I used to make a lot of money off buying used sneakers because I could get them for a lot cheaper. There was actually a lot more demand for used sneakers because they were also cheaper as well. I could price them cheaper because I got them for less. People could get a good deal instead of of paying the brand new price of that sneaker, you know what I'm saying? So it was basically a win-win on both sides. So I used to flip a lot of used sneakers when I first started off. I would still say selling used sneakers is about 40% of how I make all my money with reselling sneakers. Great with buying used sneakers, you could buy a really beat up pair, it's a little dirty, but if you clean it up, the value just shoots straight up. If you clean up everything, clean the bottoms, clean the uppers, and then post them up with good lighting, good pictures, you could sell for a lot more and a lot more profit. That's really one of the best ways to start reselling. For example, I be buying used shoes. You know, I bought these Dunks recently, as y'all can see. We got some off-white lot 39 Dunks in good condition. I got these for $300. I could probably sell these for $350 on the low end, $400 on the high end. So this is looking to be about $50 to $100 profit. Along with that deal, I was also able to scoop up these Passport Dunks for a good deal as well. I got these for $145. I'll still make a decent amount. I could probably price them at $200. It'd be like around like $55 in profit with this shoe. And even this recently, I bought these basically brand new Michigan State Dunks. They're tried on, as y'all can see, but if I take everything out, these are essentially brand new. There's no creasing at all. I got these for $220. Brand new is going for $400. If I clean everything up, take out all the dirt on the bottom, I could sell it near brand new, $350. Looking at $130 in profit. And these are all deals made locally with people that I know or people that I've had business with before. That's why I recommend y'all just getting out there, meeting new people, making connections, because you can have repeat customers coming to buy from you, coming to sell to you. You know, that's just how you can run your business. Everything is better with a team, like I said. So get out there, network. Now, besides selling locally to your local marketplaces and local Facebook groups and all that stuff, there's one way you could sell sneakers that damn near passive income, and that's basically consignment. So I talked about consignment in my last how to resell sneakers video, but if you guys don't know, consignment is basically putting your brand new sneakers in a local consignment shop, your local sneaker store, or shipping it to Flight Club, Stadium Goods. They would sell the sneakers for you for a premium. They'll take 20% of the cut, but then you'll keep the rest of the profits. And the good thing about that is usually local consignment shops and consignment stores, their prices are a lot higher because the demand there, like it's a store, people can walk in, they could just walk out with the shoe. People who can afford it usually, you know, they be paying a lot of money for some shoes. Usually it would be a bigger payout than StockX and Go most of the time. So a lot of people do consignment. For me, that was great. I was in college, so what I did before I went to college was basically dropped off mostly all my brand new sneakers, dropped them all at the consignment store. So when I'm in school, you know, doing my math, my shoes are selling and I'm still making money while I'm learning. And that's a big part of why I was able to make $60,000 while still being in college. Now you guys are probably wondering how I was able to shift from selling on local marketplaces into selling just solely on my Instagram. What I did was, when I was posting on all those marketplaces and local Facebook groups, I would be also posting on my Instagram account at Kicks with Frank. So I would post on all these platforms, and whenever I meet up with someone, I would ask them to follow my Instagram page. And then after that, they would hit me up on Instagram because that was an easier way of contacting me. So while I was just doing what I was doing with the local groups, I was still slowly building my account up and building my clientele around there. And then I started getting crazy with them. I started giving out business cards and it got all my information, as y'all could see. The small things that just keep growing the business. And I just kept doing that, and now I'm at where I'm at today. As well as making content and making videos, I was able to grow my follower count a lot more making content. And I'm gonna touch on that subject as well. Now, when I first started off, I didn't have a lot of money. Here's something that I used to do. I usually don't do anymore, but here's something that I used to do, and this is a secret, y'all. So I'm giving y'all my secret. So something I used to do when looking for deals, like for brand new shoes, I would basically offer them out where I would buy it at a price where even if I can't sell it for the market price, I could sell on StockX or Go and still make a little bit of profit. So for example, if these yellow toes are selling for $250 market price, but then StockX payout, Go payout is like, you know, $220, I would buy these for $180 to $200. So if I can't sell for the $250 and get $50 profit, I could sell on StockX and Go and get at least $20 profit, you know? So I have a safety net, because when I first started off, I don't have as big as a clientele, as big as a buying market as StockX and Go. Literally, StockX and Go are worldwide, and only a few thousand people know Kicks with Frank. So if I can't sell on my platform, I would use their platform and I would sell on there. And I would still make some money, keep reinvesting that money. So basically, I would just find good deals. When I first started off, I was meticulous. I looked for the deals that were good. That was me constantly on my phone searching and searching. It paid out in the end because that means I wasn't left with shoes that till this day haven't sold yet. I mean, I do have some, but at least it's kept to a minimum. Because when you're first starting off with your capital, you don't want to get it tied up with shoes that aren't going to sell. So you want to make sure that you can sell these shoes. If you have shoes tied up and you have no more money left, you can't buy any more shoes, you can't make any more money. So now you know where to buy, what to buy, and where to sell your sneakers. So what you got to do is constant reinvestment. So what that means is you got to keep recycling your cash from buying the shoes, selling the shoes, and using that profit to get more shoes. You want to do that so you can build up your capital so you can end up selling more shoes on a week-to-week basis, which means more profit in the end and also just growing your business overall. Now it's however much work you want to put into it. If you use some of your profits to, you know, buy food and buy some new drip, all that, then, you know, kind of stuck with the same amount and you're not really scaling your business to the scale that it could go. It's all up to you. It's all your decision on what you want to do with reselling sneakers. 2, you got to expand your connections, your network. Try to meet local resellers and link up with local resellers and do business around your area, whether that be on Instagram, Facebook groups, or Facebook Marketplace. Everything's better with a team. Getting to know people, sliding deals to people around your community, you'll get a lot back. Sometimes people will bless you with information, sometimes people will bless you with steals. The more you show love, the more you have a chance of getting love shown right back to you. Definitely try to expand your network, try to meet as much people as possible, and get your name out there. And last, you gotta be different. You know, there's a lot of resellers around, there's a lot of sneaker resellers. It's a relatively easy thing to start, so a lot of people are doing it. So what can you do to set yourself apart from all the other resellers? Whether that be, you know, something like me making content, or maybe hosting giveaways, or doing story sales on your Instagram story, or maybe hosting a sneaker event with other resellers around your community. You gotta be different. You gotta set yourself apart if you want to scale it to a point where you want to make it as a full-time job. Because reselling sneakers is great, but you can only do so much as one person, and it's gonna be hard to scale to like that 6-figure range if you're not doing something different. You guys have to know that reselling sneakers is basically learning all the aspects of actually running a business yourself. You're dealing with everything from the back end side, tracking inventory, tracking profits, tracking all the expenses, to networking, to customer service, dealing with customers, you know, delivering the shoes, shipping the shoes. You deal with all aspects as a small business owner, and that's why I recommend a lot of people try reselling sneakers, because it's a gateway to so many more opportunities, whether it be you're trying to get a business degree at your school, or you want to network, meet new people, meet people who are successful in the reselling game. There's just so much you can learn from it. So that's why I recommend you guys resell sneakers and just try it. But that's gonna be it for the video, guys. I hope y'all enjoyed. If y'all have any questions at all, y'all could DM me on Instagram at KicksWithFrank, and I'll try to get to it as much as possible, and I'm gonna answer the comments down below, so make sure y'all leave a comment, and I will catch y'all in the next video. I appreciate y'all for watching. Thanks for watching. Stay focused. On the block with the top light, I know sun on hot side.